Good morning. Welcome to a new session of the video classes. In this class, we will discuss about the nuclear models. Nuclear model means how the nucleons will constitute the nucleus, how the nucleons are arranged in a nucleus to give the stable structure to the nucleus, and what are the properties of the nucleus, these properties are explained, okay, and the means and ways with which we can able to discuss all these things in the nuclear models. There are two successful nuclear models to explain all the properties of the nucleus. One is the shell model, the other one is the liquid drop model. Now we will discuss about the shell model. This particular model of the nucleus was first introduced in the year 1932 by Ivanenko and E. Gopon. Ivanenko and E. Gopon in the 1932. Later, in the year 1949, Paul Wagner, Maria Geopard Mayer, J. Hans D. Jensen are the three different scientists who developed this model separately. Due to this reason, or with their valuable contributions to the development of full-fledged development of this shell model, these three scientists awarded Nobel Prize in the year 1963. Right, okay. Now, what is the main points of the nuclear shell model? What is a shell model? Nucleus also consists of discrete shells for each and every nucleon. Is the main concept of the shell model. Shell model says that proton and neutron have their own shells separately, nuclear shells separately. These shells are discrete shells. Okay, similar to the orbits or energy levels of the electron in an atom, nucleons, protons and the neutrons have their own shells or orbits or energy levels in which they are arranged, very analogous to the shells or orbits of the electrons in an atom. This is the most important thing as far as the shell model is concerned. And one more thing, these nucleons or nucleus has a kind of periodic property. We know that atoms of elements are having periodic behavior. Their properties are periodic. Okay. Similarly, the nucleus exhibits the property of periodicity or periodic behavior of nature. Okay. This is another important thing as far as this model is concerned. Right. This model successfully explained the transition property of the nucleus or nucleons. Transition properties. Transition properties means conversion of one nucleon into other nucleon, and okay, the conversion of a nucleus into other type of nucleus is known as the transition property, and this property is also successfully explained by the shell model. We will go very detailedly about the shell model, okay, very soon. Before that one, we have some important things here. That is, we know that in case of elements with atomic numbers, so 2, 10, 18, 36, 54 and 86. Therefore, they are helium, neon, krypton, xenon, radon, inert gases. These elements are very stable. Okay. They are very reluctant to participate in the chemical reactions. They are very stable. They are very reluctant to participate in the nuclear chemical reaction. That's why they are known as the inert gas atoms. They are very stable. And here is another group of elements or nucleons which are observed experimentally in the nature. They are nucleus with protons or neutrons or protons and neutrons. Okay, what is the thing? Nucleus with proton number or nucleon number equal to 2, 8, 20, 28, 50, 82, 126. What are these nucleus? What are these nuclei? Nuclei with protons or nucleon number or total nucleon number with 2, 8, 20, 28, 50, 82 and 126. They are found experimentally very stable. And one more important thing is they are abundantly available in the nature when compared with any element so far we discovered. Okay. The thing is, the nuclei with proton number or with either with proton number or nucleon numbers, proton plus neutrons together. Okay. Having 2, 8, 20, 28, 50, 82, 126 they are very stable nuclei, and at the same time they are abundantly available in nature when compared with any element or any matter in the nature. Very surprising thing. Because of these two reasons, people call them as these numbers as magic numbers. Magic numbers, it is a very important short notes. Therefore, the viewers are requested to note down some points which are coming from my lecture, even though they are not observed in the matter that is shown here. Okay, what are magic numbers? Nuclei with proton number or nucleon number 2, 8, 20, 28, 50, 82 and 126 are known as the magic number nuclei. Why? They are very stable. And what is the other very important thing? They are abundantly available in the nature when compared with any other matter or element. And one more property is, these nuclei are spherical in shape, perfectly spherical in shape. And their electrical quarter pole moment Q is equal to 0. Okay. These nuclei are known as the nuclei of magic numbers. Right. Shell model explained the existence of magic numbers and periodic properties of the nucleus. That's why the Shell model has its own importance as far as the nuclear models is concerned. That's why we discussed about the magic numbers here. What is the Shell model? Shell model explained the existence of magic numbers and also periodic properties of the nucleus. And one more thing, the transition behavior of the nucleus, transition properties of the nucleus. That's why these three are the most successful things as far as the Shell model is concerned. Now coming into the back, okay, I said that too. Okay, in Shell model, each and every type of nucleon, that is proton and neutrons, have their own shells separately. Proton shells are different from the neutron shells. Okay, right. According to this model, each nucleon moves independently in the common force field of the nucleus. What is the other thing? Each nucleon moves independently in the nucleus or in the common force field of the nucleus. Okay? This common field is the result of the all nucleons in the nucleus. Suppose if you take a nucleus, it has certain number of protons and certain number of neutrons. All the protons and all the neutrons and total protons and neutrons together, okay, form a common force field because of their interactions. This is what is known as the common force field. In this common force field, every nucleon independently moves without without any interruption from the other. Okay, right. Each nucleon will occupy and fill the nuclear energy states or nuclear shells similar to the electron shells. These shells are discrete shells. These shells are discrete shells. Every nuclear shell can be accommodated two protons and two neutrons separately. This sentence means that in a shell there may be two protons and there may be two neutrons. No, not likewise. Okay, proton shell is a separate cell and electron shell is a separate cell. Neutron shell is a separate cell. Proton shell can accommodate two protons. Neutron shell will maximally accommodate two neutrons. It means that the proton shell and neutron shell separately having two protons and two neutrons. Okay, a proton pair and a neutron pair. Pair means in a pair of protons, okay, each one proton has clockwise spin and the other proton has anti-clockwise spin. Then only they can accommodate as a pair. Okay, that's why in each shell, either there is a proton pair or a neutron pair, but in a pair, okay, the same type of particle has different spins. One is the clockwise spin and the other one is the anti-clockwise spin. That's why they will couple together to form a pair in that one. Another thing, every nucleus will behave or appear as a potential well for the nucleons. Okay, all the nucleons are said to be there in a potential well, and this potential well is nothing but a nucleus. Therefore, nucleus is a potential well. Okay, therefore the potential energy of the well is constant and the potential energy of the nucleons is also constant. Nucleons are not able to come out from this well. This is a potential well. This potential will binds all the nucleons together in a well with constant potential energy. Okay, right. Next, these are the very basic points regarding the shell model. Now, in the beginning itself, we said that this shell model successfully explained the existence of the very stable, very abundantly available magic number nuclei. Okay. In 1947, Mayer and Johnson proposed that there are a strong internal interaction between orbital angular momentum and spin angular momentum of the nucleus. What it means, these two people proposed that okay, the orbital angular momentum L bar and the spin angular momentum S bar of every nucleon will interact together strongly to form total angular momentum of the nucleus. Therefore, in the common nucleus field, each nucleon has its total angular momentum J bar, which is a vectorial addition of its angular momentum L bar and S bar. Therefore, J bar is equal to the value of J bar is equal to L bar plus S bar, or J bar is equal to L bar minus, this is not dot, minus S bar, depends upon the same way their directions of the spin. This is a vectorial addition. Therefore, a vectorial addition means as far as the magnitude is concerned, you will get plus or also minus here. This is minus, please. When spins are same direction, L and S spins are same direction, you will get plus. If they are opposite, you will get minus. Right. Therefore, for every J value, there are 2J plus 1 number of nucleons will be there. How many nucleons will be there in a shell? In a particular state, not shell, in a particular state, there are 2J plus 1 number of nucleons will be there. Shells from down to up. Okay, nuclear shells from the lower to higher. Okay, how many nucleons will accommodate? 2, 6, 12, 18 likewise. Suppose if you take the first cell, there will be a 2, but if you use J is equal to, okay, 1s means 1 into s means half, therefore 2 into half 2, you will get to 1. Okay, s is equal to ys, J is equal to L plus s, L is equal to 0, therefore J is equal to, okay, half, therefore you will get to 2 for first orbit to first shell, you will get to 2 nucleons. In case of second one, second energy state is concerned, it has S state and it has P state. S state J is equal to half, therefore you will get 2. S state P has 3 by 2 and 1 by 2. If you substitute 3 by 2 and 1 by 2, you will get total 6. 4 plus 2, 6. Therefore 2 plus 6 is equal to 8. Similarly, for the other calculations also, you will get 2 plus 6 plus 12, that is equal to 12. 20. In that way, you will get the magic numbers. Total number of the nucleons in each state as far as this nuclei with magic numbers are concerned. Therefore, nuclei with magic numbers possess even number of protons. Now, even means you will get some problem. Okay, no doubt even, but okay, protons number or the total nucleons number which are equal to 2, 8, 20. Okay. 28, 50, 126, likewise. Okay, 82 likewise. Okay, they are said to be magic numbers, and the magic number nuclei will arise because of what this one, J is equal to L bar plus S bar vectorially, and the existence of 2J plus 1, which will give the number of the nucleons in each energy level of the nucleus. Right. This is about what this one, the so-called shell model. Shell model, what are the advantages of the shell model? This model explains the nucleus with magic numbers. Okay, it can successfully explain the magic number nucleus. It also explains the spin and the spin energy levels of this nucleus. And it explains the magnetic dipole moment and electrical quadrupole moment of the nucleus. Very important properties. Magnetic dipole moment and electrical quadrupole moment of the nucleus are also explained by the shell model very successfully. But it failed to explain the electrical quadrupole moment of certain nuclei whose electrical quadrupole moment is very high. Just some modification is needed here. Failed to explain heavy electrical quadrupole moments of the nuclei. You have to put here heavy electrical quadrupole moments of some nuclei. Okay, but light electrical quadrupole moments of a nuclei are explained by the shell model. These are about the what this one the merits and demerits of so-called this shell model. Okay, right. Now, actually, this kind of material is here shown for the convenience of the students who will need some notes or material to prepare. But actually, as a matter of fact, as far as my case is concerned, I have very interesting and very elegant PowerPoints in each and every topic. So far I discussed also, but In view of the need of students, okay, I am not uploading that one in these classes. Only the class material is uploading in the video classes to you. But those who are interesting to see further, those who are interesting to know very detailedly about these models, okay, there are very important and interesting PowerPoints are also there along with me. Okay, that's why simply I will scroll the PowerPoints that are prepared by me for your understanding. Okay, as I said all these points are there. In shell model, the distribution of protons and what is this one? The neutrons they will follow the Pauli's exclusion principle. That is also very important point. Okay, they can explain the quantum levels. Proton and neutrons have discrete energy levels. They are known as the quantum levels. This is about what this one magic numbers as I discussed previously to you. I am slowly scrolling. Depends upon your interest. You can have this one also. By static mode, you can observe all these things. These magic number materials are abundantly available in the nature. How nuclear forces will give the common nuclear field in which each and every nuclei independently moves. The PowerPoint is only in the English medium. That's why you are requested to understand the language here. How these shells will be fulfilled and how the nuclear shell will form with number of the states. First shell, 2 states, n is equal to 0, j is equal to half. Second shell, 6 states, n is equal to 1, j is equal to half or 3 by 2. Okay, as I just explained to you. Third shell, there will be 12 states. Fourth shell, 8 states. In fourth cell, due to the anti-parallel L value, you will get the less value. Likewise, how shells are formed. Now, you will get to the total magic numbers. First one 2, 2, 2. Second one 2 plus 6, you will get magic number 8. Third one 2 plus 6 plus 12, you will get 20. Third one, okay, this one 2 plus 6 plus 12 plus 8, 28. Next, 2 plus 6 plus 12 plus 8 plus 22, you will get to 50. Okay, 2 plus 6 plus 12 plus 8 plus 22 plus 32, you will get magic number 82. Likewise, how magic numbers are formed are of course, okay, deliberately explained here. And basic points of the shell model are also separately discussed by giving most importance here in each and every slide by separate headings. Main assumptions of this model: nucleons form subshells and shells within the nucleus. Okay, their angular momentum. Again, the heading shell model in order to show some important points. That is, every nucleus will act as a potential well with constant potential energy. Okay, all these things about the electrical quadrupole moment and experimental evidence for the nuclear magic numbers. Okay, all these things are very clearly shown as far as this PPT is concerned. And the main achievements are the advantages of the magic this shell model: explanation of magic numbers, okay, explanation of magnetic moments, ground state spins, high burning and binding energy and stability, and nuclear isomerism is also explained. And electrical quadrupole moment. Heavy electrical quadrupole moments are not explained. All the other things are explained. Okay, that is the disadvantage of what this one the shell model is. Right? Therefore, okay, you can also view this PPT for your interest. Okay, at the convenience of your interest. Now, we will go for the other model, that is the liquid drop model. Liquid drop model, right? This is another very important nuclear model. Sorry, Telugu. పరమాణు నమూనాకి మరొక నమూనా ఏంటంటే ద్రవ బిందు నమూనా. ద్రవ బిందు నమూనా. ఈ ద్రవ బిందు నమూనాని 1937లో నీల్స్ బోర్ మరియు ఫాల్కర్ అనేటువంటి శాస్త్రవేత్త నీల్స్ బోర్ అండ్ ఫాల్కర్ అనేటువంటి శాస్త్రవేత్త ప్రవేశపెట్టడం జరిగింది. కేంద్రకం యొక్క ద్రవబిందు నమూనా. రైట్. ఈ ద్రవబిందు నమూనాలోని ముఖ్య అంశాలు చూసుకుంటూ వద్దాము. Actually, I think I am explaining the English medium version. Okay, that's why again I will switch into English medium. Right. The second nuclear model is liquid drop model. Right? Liquid drop model. Liquid drop model, as I said just to you, this was proposed by Bohr and Fowler in the year 1937. According to this model, the atom is similar to an electrified liquid drop or a charged liquid drop. Not atom, sorry. Nucleus of an atom is similar to a charged or electrified liquid drop. Okay, it means that nucleus takes the spherical shape for its stability like a liquid drop. Nucleons in the nucleus are said to behave like molecules of a liquid drop separately. This is very important point. Okay, each nucleon, proton and neutron will behave like a molecule in a liquid drop. The nucleons or the nuclear particles can attract each other with other particles very close to it. What is this one? Every nucleon can able to attract the other nucleons which are very close to it. It means that the attractional forces between the nucleons are short range forces. The nuclear forces are short range forces. And these nuclear forces that is, the forces between the nucleons are similar to cohesive forces of the molecules of the liquid. Cohesive forces between the molecules of the liquid. Okay? Molecules of the liquids have cohesive forces. Because of the cohesive forces, okay, there arises a surface tension. This surface tension bonds the molecules of the liquid together so that the total liquid drop can acquire spherical shape. Similarly, here also nuclear forces, surface tensional forces, there here the nuclear forces as a whole, okay, molds the nucleons to shaped into a spherical enclosure. Therefore, the nucleus as a whole gets the spherical shape. Right. Now we will discuss what are the different identities of the nucleus and the what this one, the liquid drop. The motion of the nucleus is measured for its temperature like molecules in the liquid. Okay. The extent of or the intensities of the motions of the molecules will give the temperature, and then of course the internal hidden energy. Here also the motion of the nucleus will give the temperature. The attractional forces on the nucleus at it is similar to the surface tensional forces what I said to you just now. Right. Another thing is each and every nucleon has some constant interactions with the neighboring nucleons. Therefore, they will maintain certain distance. Therefore, okay, the distribution of the nucleons are very uniform throughout the nucleus. It means that the density of the nucleus is constant. Similar to the density of the liquid drop. Density of the liquid drop is also constant. Density of the liquid drop is independent of its volume. Similarly, the density of the nucleus is constant, and also it is independent of its volume. Right. Similar to the molecules of the liquid drop, nucleons are also oscillate from fixed points. Very important thing. In a liquid drop, molecules will oscillate slightly from a fixed point. Similarly, the nucleons are also oscillate. With these oscillations, they interact with the other particles close to it. In that way, they will establish some bonds or energies and ultimate binding energy also. Right. The average binding energy of each nucleon is constant because of the that reason. The average binding energy of each nucleon is constant, and it is similar to the latent heat of vaporization of liquid. Binding energy is similar to the latent heat of vaporization of liquid. What is latent heat of vaporization of liquid? In case of liquid, if it is heated at a certain temperature, the liquid converts into the gaseous state of matter. During that state, it has constant temperature. It consumes some heat energy. That energy is known as the latent heat. Similar to that one, every nucleus has some binding energy. This binding energy arises because of the interaction of the nucleus. This binding energy will bind the nucleus. Or if you supply an amount equal to this binding energy, the nucleus will split up. Nucleus will split up. Nucleus will be split up into nucleons. That is what is known as the that is similar to the vaporization. Okay, right. The process of natural radioactivity, it is similar to the vaporization of the liquid from the surface of the liquid drop. You know that in case of liquid drop, the liquid drop vaporizes. Vaporizes means it converts into liquid state to the vapor state from its surface. Similarly, the process of radioactivity also. Process of radioactivity means disintegration of alpha, beta, gamma rays from the surface of the nucleus because of its instability, nucleus instability, instability of the nucleus which arises because of the interactions of the nucleons. Okay. Next, the internal energy of the nucleus is similar to that of the heat energy of the liquid drop. What is the internal energy of the liquid drop? It's heat energy. Okay. Similarly, the internal energy of the nucleus is similar to the heat energy. Right. When one nucleus absorbs some nucleon from the outside, okay, it converts into compound nucleus, which is similar to the condensation of vapor into liquid drop. You know that vapor when comes close together and at some favorable conditions, vapor state of matter converts into liquid state, which is known as the condensation. Formation of raindrops is due to the condensation, that is the condensation of the vapor into liquid. Okay. Similarly, formation of compound nucleus is due to the absorption of a nucleon from other matter by a nucleus is takes place, and this is okay identical to the condensation of vapor into the liquid drop. Right. If a small liquid drop is allowed to oscillate, it splits up into few drops. It is a very common thing. Similar to the nuclear fission also. In nuclear fission, if a nucleus is bombarded with some particle, okay, it splits up into two components or three fragments, depends upon the conditions there, which is similar to that of what this one. Okay, splitting up of a liquid drop, oscillating liquid drop into okay two or more liquid droplets. These are the identities of the properties of the nucleus which are comparable to the liquid state of matter or liquid drop. That's why this particular model is known as the liquid drop model. It explained all the basic behavior or properties of the nucleus excellently, as I discussed just now, about its structure, about the interaction between the nucleons, about binding energy, about the density, about formation of compound nucleus, about what is one nuclear fission reaction, internal energy. All these properties are okay have an identical property with the new liquid drop. That's why it is known as the liquid drop model. Merits of the liquid drop model. Just we know all the basic behavior of the nucleus are well explained. This also explains the nuclear fission reaction also. This also gives an excellent model for the mass, atomic mass and the binding energies. Okay, they explain atomic masses and binding energies, and they are also useful to calculate or measure the atomic energies and binding atomic masses and binding energies. As per the demerits of the liquid drop model is concerned, this model is unable to explain the spin of the nucleus and magic number of the nucleus with magic numbers. There are certain nucleons with magic numbers which are very stable that were not explained by this the liquid drop model. It is also failed to explain the spins of the nucleus and magnetic dipole moment and electrical quadrupole moment of the nucleus. This is about what this one, the liquid drop model of the nucleus. Similarly, okay, you have a PowerPoint as far as this one is also concerned. I will also upload this one and show you. Okay, interested people can able to access this one also with you. The liquid drop model. First slide. Why nuclear models are needed? For what things we have to propose nuclear models, or what is the need of the nuclear models here? They are discussed in these two slides. 4 points of this model, that is liquid drop model proposed by Bohr. Okay, all the 4 points are discussed here. Everything, disintegration of the nucleus, formation of the compound nucleus, etc. and etc. Internal energy. What are the assumptions that what are the advantages and assumptions that are made by this one? What are the merits here? What are the demerits here? And all this is about what this one, the PPT relating to this model. Okay, see you in the next class.